I want to show you guys how you can use the digital notebook that's already been created um, to add placeholder slides, and so that you can make changes in a master digital notebook and students can have theirs update as well. It's a pretty easy process, but there's a little bit of back work that goes into that. So first and foremost, this should be the very last step when you create your digital notebook. So as you can see, I already have week 1 of my night digital notebook completed. And so the last step I want to do is add some placeholders so that student notebooks can be updated when I'm ready for them to do a different assignment. So the first thing we need to do is make sure that your digital notebook is titled Master Digital Notebook. It will help keep things sorted. And then you'll select File, make a copy of the entire presentation. And you're going to call this one the Student Master. And select OK. While this is loading, it's important to remember that you add all of the placeholders before you allow students to make their individual copy. So I, the teacher, am in control of the master and the student master. And once both of those are all ready to go, students will make copies of the student master digital notebook. So the first thing we have to do after the student master is finished copying is click back over into your master digital notebook and then select the place you want to add your placeholder slide. So I know that I want mine to go in between slides 10 and 11. So I'll click there and get that yellow bar you can see right here. After that, you need to actually add some slides in there. So what I'm going to do is go up to the top left-hand corner where that plus sign is, click the arrow. You can select any of the slides you want to add. When I made my digital notebook, I knew I was going to need placeholders, so I just created and named some slides placeholder 1 and 2. So I'll add those 2 placeholders. Now you're going to select to make a copy, and you can click on the one you want, do Command A, oh, that's not it. Click on the one you want, and then Shift, Command C will copy it. Go to your student master, and click in the same place. So I want it in between slides 10 and 11. I'll click to get that yellow bar. Command V on a Mac will paste those there. And if that doesn't work, you can left click and select paste. Now, when you see the import slides box pop up, it's really important that you make the correct selection. So I'm going to just click link and keep original styles. Once you've done that, you'll see on the slide itself, there is a little link or chain link there and a drop down. We don't need to do anything with that just yet. So I'm going to go back over to my master digital notebook, and I'm going to add the things I want students to see to these slides. So I'll start with slide 11. I like to make it so that they can't make any edits or adjustments to it aside from typing in their answer. So I'll go to slide, edit master here. And I'm going to add in the things I want students to work on. So the first thing is an image. Here we go. I'll resize the image, pull up the link to it. Oops, click back in my master. Oh, I want it in the middle. There we go. I'm going to add a link to it. This part is just like editing any other slide. Miss Short actually created this little extension activity, so I already had everything pulled up. I'm going to go ahead and add some directions for students. Change my font because I like it all to match, make it bigger. So over here is the questions that we need them to answer. So I'm going to go ahead and copy those. Click back into my master and add another text box. And actually, I think I want to set up my page a little bit different. So I'm going to do each question one at a time. So I'll put those back in. Get rid of those. I want to format it so that it looks like the rest of my slides. So I'll change the font to match. I'm going to actually make that smaller. Move this up. And this is what I think is really cool. I want students to be able to type into this. So I'm going to add a subtitle placeholder and add that underneath the question. And I'm going to change the font again because I like it all to match. And that subtitle placeholder will allow students to directly type in their response to the question. So I'm going to add one more question here. Get that formatted just right. And then I'll go to the text boxes again and add a subtitle placeholder. Change that font one more time. Phew, it took a minute. And now that I'm all done with what I need the students to do, I'll click the X, and that will take me back to the original slideshow. So you can see here that students can actually type their answer in right here. I'm going to delete that though. So now I'm ready to make the transfer of the work I've added to my teacher master to the student master. And what I'll do is go back to the student master. And you can see the little update pops up. So when kids click update, the new work you've added to the placeholder slide will pop up for them, and it will work the same way. So they can access the links through presentation mode by clicking that, watch their videos. Once they've watched the videos, they can come back and then type in their answers right there. One thing to remember is that if you're doing this and working on teams, you'll want one master teacher notebook with one teacher that makes all the changes to that, and there'll be a student master that you've preloaded placeholder slides in. You'll add the student master with the preloaded placeholder slides to your Canvas course, and that's what students will make a copy of. So it kind of has to go in the specific order of master digital notebook, student master, and then the individual student copies. And as long as you do that correctly, the students will be able to update their own individual copies of the digital notebook. If you want to do it individually in your teams, that's fine too. Just everybody will need to follow that same process for their own individual classes. So I hope this was helpful. If you have questions, you can let me know. Thank you.